Well, hello, everyone. Hello. I am glad that you made it to this Christmas story. I am Legoshi, the gamer. Or in this case, right now, in this instance, Legoshi, the narrator. Now, anyways, this is a story. I promise it's true. A tale of a crafty old robbery crew. They could clean any safe in a minute or two. They had hit every bank and post office too. This is the story about a man who who decided to steal Christmas, and his name is Travis Baker. To start off, they were Baker's gang was contacted to do a job for the CIA involving involving something with the Russians and all that stuff, I think. So he decided to phone up his some of his best members of the gang, one of which was Jupiter. Now Jupiter here, she's a big woman, and she's very tough as well. She can take a beating or two. She basically eats bullets for breakfast. He decided to also get other people in for this. He decided to get help, none other than Lecter, as well as Tulip. They were ready. They knew that this heist was going to be dangerous because, of course, they're going to be taking on, well, of course, the military. However, no heist is too dangerous to stop them. So they got on with it. As they were going into the cold, they need to know that it's not that this would be tough.
Hello? Alright, we got comms. So here's the skinny. Soviets are working on nuclear ballistic left behind from the Nazis. Get into the base, get the planet killer, and get gone. See you at the rendezvous.
Thank you, man. Thank you for explaining what is going to be happening in this heist. Now, this heist, as you can see, it takes place in the cold.
As soon as you get word, our operative will send
So,
out the package. Team 2 will be waiting for the warhead at the far end of the base. You just need to get it there in one piece.
Baker was ready.
Move
knew.
up on 'em. Let's go.
Baker knew what he had to do. He readied his gun, as well as his revolver. Baker had the feeling that he knew how to get through this. He's hit so many banks before. He's hit a lot of things before. So this should be no issue to him, right? Well, not exactly. So he guns he guns the Watchers down.
Just get inside that building.
After he guns down all the Watchers, he now needs to look for the command post. Now, as I stated, this is no easy task, as Baker's not going up against the cops. No, he's going up against He's going up against an entire military. So just some guys in suits. Well, technically we have a girl who's in, well, not a suit, but you get what I mean, right? Baker tried his hardest to look for the security base. He knows that he hired the best men for this job. So Baker realized he's almost screwed. So he decides to take cover.
Looks like you're almost there.
He finally finds the
There's
base,
nobody's budget. Get in there.
which means it's time for him to set up.
Be quick about it.
Yeah, it is time to be quick about it. Yep, it is. Yep, don't stray far, as the contractor says. Baker realizes that Lecter is in deep trouble, so he decides to go and try to save him. Tulip comes in. Tulip comes in so he can try to. Then Tulip tries to go and reboot the computer. While the computer is being rebooted, they of course have to fend off the army. While they were fending off the armies, that happens. Now, as ruthless as this army was, they pretty much took a note from the cops. So basically Baker's trying to go up against like a much more ruthless version of the cops that he's normally used to going up against. The download was completed. The download was complete. It was time. It was time to. Now they had to bring the computer somewhere. Jupiter was up for the task. And what Jupiter has to do is that she has to go to a specific ventilation hatch, and throw the computer down, which she finds it and does exactly that. Exactly. I'm not sure how is the computer gonna survive the fall, but it's gonna survive somehow. It's probably made out of Nokia. Who knows? Jupiter goes into the security office and realizes that, wait, we need a key code for this. So that's when Lecter comes in. Lecter, being the good man he is, fights his way through the army. They did bring in shields. However, they aren't a problem. As Lecter tries to investigate which has what, he tries to go and investigate. But then, that's when he finds none other than the code. The code is 6846. Lecter then puts down a turret. So, while learning the knowledge of what the code is, Baker goes ahead and tries to, unlock the code. The code was 6846. Now they have to go into the central bunker. However, of course, because the military is not dumb, they're, of course, what did you expect from a Russian army? It's locked. So the only way they can break in is to saw the thing in open. There's snipers. Baker didn't realize this. There's a sniper nearby. So Baker tries to shoot at them. Sadly, Baker doesn't have weapons. Sadly, nobody here has weapons that are. So Baker decides to. Sniper got shot down thanks to the help of Lecter. So Baker decides to drill into this because, of course, the longer this takes, then the more hell they're going to be in. Lecter decides to put down a defense turret because they know that they will be here for quite a while, would they? Now, Tulip also continued on with the process of this. It was tough. This was tough, but they know it was doable. They've gone through a lot worse. Well, technically, not really a lot worse, but you guys know what I mean. Exactly. There was someone else right there. Baker opens the door. However, as the door falls, he ends up crushing someone in the process. So that's when Baker decides to call in the platform. The payload is near the position. So they had to wait and up. Somehow Jupiter managed to get through the gate. Does she have hidden teleportation abilities that Baker doesn't know about? Who knows? But whatever it is, it's kind of strange. So now they have to transport this missile. They need to transport the missile out of the base. As Baker was transporting this missile out of the base, then that's when they realized that, of course, they need to turn this thing. Baker, of course, had to turn this. While Baker was turning the thing, that's when something very unexpected happens after. A tank! A tank coming! Baker was nervous, so he tries to shoot down the tank, but of course, bullets are not going to work against a tank. However, explosives are. That did a lot of damage. They needed to do something to stop this tank, because apparently the tank is trying to shoot down the missile, which I don't think shooting at a missile like that is a good idea, is it? Who am I to tell? So anyways, Lecter decides to try to save the day, and decides to pull out a rocket launcher to take down this tank. That was not enough. That was not enough, sadly. It wasn't. So that's when Tulip decides to try to deliver the final blow. So Tulip decides to go in and throws a C4 onto the tank, and then blows it up. The mission was saved. The mission was saved. And thankfully, the whole place was not going to explode. Lecter was down. Someone had to go and save him. Yes, now is not the place to die, Lecter. Lecter loads the RPG again, firing it. Technically, that's not a grenade, Lecter. That's an RPG. Lecter goes back to pick up his sentry turret because he's gonna need it. As they were transporting the missile, as they were transporting this dangerous missile, that's when more of the army. Apparently, the army really wants to stop them, and one of the ways that they were going to try to stop them, apparently, was literally trying to shoot the missile, which I don't think it's a smart idea to shoot the missile, especially since if this missile blows up, then wouldn't everyone die with it? So it's not really worth it to shoot down the missile if this is literally going to destroy everything. They had to wait for a crew as something was drilling through the other side of the door. Was it friends? Or was it foes? Only time can tell, because nobody knows. Jupiter was prepared. The door opens, and it's more of the crew. The crew goes in so they can extract this missile. As they were extracting the missile, more of the cleanup crew were trying to fend off, of course, the Russians. They were almost there. They were finally there. However, there were too many of them. They needed to set up C4s on some very, very explosive things. There's a lot of explosive things that they need to set off. Yes, indeed, explosives are exactly what we need. So Baker decided to start setting up the C4s so that they can make a cover. First one was... Come on. There we go. As Baker was setting up the C4s, Something came to him.
You held it back. For now.
He remembered something. Wait a minute. The location from where the tank came from.
You ain't out of the woods yet.
As he sets up the second C4, he then remembers, shouldn't he go check out what was behind
There's
there?
a big bunker just to hold one tank.
It was. However, he noticed a door right here. The door, it was locked as well. However, he knows exactly how to get through.
Russian stunners coming to zap you. What are you doing? That ain't the objective.
It isn't, but Baker was curious. He blows the door open.
You got hostiles.
Right as he blows open the door, he was greeted to a safe.
Looks like you're wrong.
He was.
That's so dumb. Well, they leave that lying around.
True, true. Why would you leave something like a drill out in the open? But then again, it's not like a group of gangsters are gonna, break in and do this.
Shields.
Now things are getting serious. Things are getting heated. Because of course, apparently stealing this missile is one thing. However, trying to break into this top secret vault is another. As pretty much at this point everyone was after Baker. The drill jammed, but that was because someone interrupted it.
Aim small. Miss small. Shields coming in.
Things were getting intense. Things were getting really intense. But then, that's when Lecter decides to set up another one of his turrets. This turret should stall them, right? Meaning that they only need to deal with one side. Well, that is until the turret breaks, that is. Of course, you can't stop the turret from breaking, can you? They did it.
This looks like
But
some overcomplicated bullshit to
they
me.
did. They needed a puzzle for this. So they don't know what to do. So might as well just flick every lever then, I guess. They managed to do it from some random luck. Tulip got down. Now that wasn't good. Jupiter was almost down too.
Watch your rings. Shield. Watch your rings.
Jupiter needed to do something.
Well, Nancy Gold's not my objective. Don't suspect you'll let
The vault
this go.
opened, and
You can hold it.
oh,
You can keep it. Head for the hills. We're sending a chopper to hit. Deploy.
but what's in there? That you might ask. Well,
Come on now, hold still. We got work to do.
yes.
We got this.
Jupiter helps up Tulip, and what's inside?
We're on the retreat.
Treasure. Would you look at all that treasure?
Look alive.
It felt like Christmas to them. Well, technically this is Christmas, but still. They were excited. So they stole. They managed to take everything. This basically felt like early Christmas in a way. So they had to go and steal everything. And I mean everything that was in here. There was a lot of artifacts and all that stuff that they needed to grab. I don't know, but
They brought in shields.
bigger than. Come on. They needed to grab everything because this was a lot of loot that they had to carry out. Jupiter managed to carry 3 bags. Because of her brute strength, she's able to carry 3 bags with absolutely no problem. That's good, right? It is. Because if it wasn't thanks to Jupiter, then they would struggle trying to haul everything out of this.
Shock troops are coming in.
So, they managed to grab everything that they can carry. So they got everything that they needed. All they need to do now is escape. However, because of the fact that these bags are so heavy, they have to restrict themselves to their sidearm because, well, the reason why they have to restrict themselves to their sidearm is because they need two hands to carry the other bags. While Jupiter, on the other hand, doesn't really have this problem because of the fact that, because of her brute strength. And because of Jupiter's brute strength, they're able to, easily carry this.
Finish the mission. You got a brief window here.
They did.
You got time. Fucking use it.
There it is.
Look alive.
The escape.
You got hostiles.
Lecter was almost down. Lecter was almost down, but don't worry. They signaled the escape helicopter. They do. They have to work together. This is it. The final stretch. This might be... Things are getting really heated. They are. Baker... They need to do something because if they don't... Because if they're not careful... They're firing missiles! Tulip sadly got hit! I'm not sure why would you stand in front of them, but okay, alright. I'm not gonna question.
Destroyers launching missiles. Take cover.
Oh no. Not again. Lecter is down. They can't lose Lecter. Lecter's their only hope. It's launching missiles again. They have to go and take cover. Tulip got down again. Yes. Get out of there, quickly! This was not... I don't think this is going according to plan. Because they have to be careful. And Tulip is almost down. If they're not careful, they're gonna lose Tulip. And if they lose Tulip... More explosions were coming. The helicopter was here. That's great. Finally. Now they can escape.
Destroyers launching missiles. Take cover.
The thing decided to launch more missiles.
Choppers coming into land. Here they come. Rod's here. Get in.
The chopper finally came. So now they can bag all of the collected loot that they got from the vault. They were bagging everything. They had to bag everything as fast as they could. Because things were getting really heated. And by the looks of it, there was a lot of Christmas presents that they're going to be wrapping soon. They make the escape.
Next time I need some
as they escape in this really, really cool escape right there, they did it. They managed to make a lot of money from this heist. And they managed to get a lot of Christmas presents to wrap for this. Now, that's good, don't you think? It is. So, after this little heist, Baker had a lot of Christmas presents to wrap and all that stuff. And everyone enjoyed themselves. Everyone did. So, yeah, I guess this is the end. And I guess that means Baker and his gang lived happily ever after. Wait a minute. That's not the end of the story? It's not. You're right. It isn't the end of the story. Because there was something missing on Baker's Christmas list. Something big. Something big was missing on Baker's Christmas list. That was $1 million, was it? So then he realized that Baker cannot celebrate Christmas without his $1 million. While he did collect all of those artifacts from the vault, that still doesn't mean that he's forgetting $1 million. Then Baker had an idea. An awful idea. Baker then got a wonderful, awful idea. He was going to hit the Imperial Bank. So Baker got ready again. He decided to keep Jupiter around for this. Only, however, this time he decided to get the help of two other people. Those two being none other than Clutch and Volk. He knew that he needed some strength from Clutch and Volk in order for him to pull this job off. Baker also managed to check his loadout to see whether or not if it's good, to see whether or not if he needs anything. From the looks of it, Baker doesn't really need anything for this big heist. So it's settled. It was time. Baker already had everything he needed. So from the looks of it, yes. Hold on, he needed something. He needed to get ready for this heist. So he decides to bring an LMG to this heist, as well as a hand cannon as well. So Baker was all set. He was all prepared for this heist because he knows that this is going to be a big heist. And the fact that they're going to be hitting a hidden vault is going to be pretty insane, don't you think? So it was time for Baker to hit the Imperial Bank. Exactly, Jupiter. Exactly.
Into the bank. Keep your ears down.
It was a pretty big bank. But they know that, of course, they can tackle pretty much any bank. So Baker hides in the corner, readies his LMG, as well as his hand cannon. He puts everything away because someone was looking at him.
Right, we're inside. Guides and cameras. Television.
They need it to look
Remember,
for the...
don't take any chances. You need the night manager's terminal. Check the teledesk. Find the name. They're the computer.
So, what they had to do was, they needed to check. Wait.
Find the night manager's
By some stroke of luck, Volk managed to find the boards. He managed to find the board with all the names. And this was the night manager, right here. Okay, you know what? Fourth wall break, but I don't think this has ever happened to me before. I don't think I've ever had
the NPC, one of my crew members actually find the thing randomly without, But anyways, let's continue on with this. Moving on. So, anyways, they needed to find the computer to the night manager. However, there is one slight problem. Of course, of course, security guards. They need to not only worry about the security guards, however, the security office, the cameras. They have to shut down the cameras. If they don't shut down the cameras, then that means they're gonna have a hard time to find where the night manager's terminal is. And they don't want the cameras, and they don't want to be caught on camera, do they? So,
Another control room right here.
they got ready. It was risky.
Locks removed.
Clutch managed to lockpick the doors. He almost got caught by the security guard. But Clutch sneaks inside and notices the unaware security guard. So then,
That will draw some heat. We do not want heat.
he takes down the security guard. Decides to grab a rifle. He says he's sorry, but in reality, he's technically not sorry about this. So he checks the cameras to see if they can have a good position on where the door is. I mean, not the door, the computer is. However, there was no luck, sadly. No luck. He cuts the cameras.
The camera's not walking.
As Clutch cuts the cameras, that means someone has to go and, search every office to see where is the night manager's computer. Volk goes in and tries to find it. No, that's not the correct one. Let's see. That's not the correct one either. It's nowhere to be seen in here. So Volk leaves. However, of course, you're not going to give up right away, right? So Volk goes upstairs because maybe the code's upstairs, right? Only one way to find out. Volk checks. Wait, is this the right one? No. Almost. So from the looks of it, the computer is not here. Someone saw Volk. He knocked him down. And zip ties them. Because of course, if he doesn't zip tie them, then they're gonna blow their cover because of this one fucker right here. Anyways, Volk decides to go to the next office. He opens the door. Sadly, Volk has no luck because guess what? There were no computers in there. So that means the only place for him to go now is this side. However, the problem is that apparently walking through here, while everything else in the bank is perfectly fine, this is considered off limits. The director's office. Maybe you can find something in there. No, actually, surprisingly not. But however, Love, shut the fuck up. I know what I'm doing. Anyways, it's not in the director's office because of course he's trying to look for the night manager's computer. Volk had to hide because Volk needed to think of something quick. Because if Volk wasn't quick, then of course he will get caught. Volk sneaks through. There's only one more chance that he has. Volk has to be careful because he doesn't want to get seen. Volk carefully sneaks through them. He quickly goes into the office. Could this finally be his lucky day? It's not in this office either. Well, where is it then? The Volk searched everywhere. far and wide, yet no luck to find the manager's office. So he jumps off the balcony. Surprisingly enough, that doesn't kill him. However, nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit. I don't know why, but no one did. So Volk ran out of luck. However, Baker, of course, he was not going to give up. He was not going to give up. He needed to find the boards. How do we remember the name? The name was Anders Golf. Wait, Anders Golf? Was that the right name? Let me go check again. Let me go check that name. I marked the guy. Anders Golf. Yes, Anders Golf. So Baker decided to go and look for the manager's terminal. And it turns out, no. The computer wasn't there. Baker then had to zip tie another person. Well, not zip tie another person. Volk was the one who zip tied the first person. But what I meant to say is that Baker had to zip tie someone. But to be fair, I robbing a bank with an LMG, yeah, I would. Honestly, look. It's like, why would you? It's like, look, if you got hit with like an LMG, like to quote the Russian manager, listen, like if I was at a bank and then I saw someone trying to rob the place with like a flamethrower, then I'm giving them all my money. I'm literally giving them all my money because, seriously, because if like I just said, they're robbing the bank with a fucking flamethrower. That's just, Baker finally found the terminal. By the looks of it, Volk missed it because I don't know why Volk missed it, but he just did. So he processed it the name through. It was the correct one. The vault was ready. All Baker needed to do was access it. It was time. It was time for them to access this vault. It was time. So Baker went to go and track down the hidden vault. He found it. It was right there. Wow, Jupiter, you're kind of unhinged. But that's good. Everyone likes Jupiter, right? I think. But yeah, Baker gets ready. This was intense. Because if Baker wasn't careful, then he's not going to get the money he wanted for Christmas. Baker realized, a SWAT team is coming. So Baker then decided to go over to where the cops were about to head. However, let's just say the cops weren't prepared for what's going to happen next. The SWAT comes. But they weren't greeted to Baker surrendering. No, they were greeted to Baker with an LMG. The fact that Baker managed to sneak an LMG into this bank and not get caught for it, this surprises me because I don't think you can conceal a gun that big. While we have characters like Volk on the other hand, who has some very concealable weapons. The drill. They had to drill the thing faster because if they take longer, then more heat's gonna come. So they had to get ready. It overheated. Clutch was stressed, so he kept banging on the drill. However, of course, banging on the drill is not going to fix anything. They were. The drill was almost finished, and it was all done. It was time to open up the vault.
Yeah. Y'all gotta get busy with this stuff.
It felt like another Christmas miracle because once again, this is basically more gifts to put underneath this tree. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. The shields were on approaching. They had to head to the elevator. Indeed, Jupiter, indeed. Baker had to shoot his way through all the cops. But since he already dealt with an entire Russian army, the cops are not that big of a deal to him. He swipes the key card.
Swipe that key card to call the elevator. Alright, let's do it. Entry position 1020. Get your win ready. Let's go. Один. Два.
Oh, however, that's not all the bags because they're not gonna. Of course, they hit this bank and they went through all this trouble. So of course, they're not gonna leave until they've gotten every single penny in here. Thankfully, Jupiter is able to carry 3 bags, because if she wasn't, this would be a lot more difficult by now. And her being able to carry 3 bags was also what easily saved them from,
No, that's not right. Are you certain? I can't.
So they had to get ready. They needed to make their escape. And so they did. They got to the roof. However, they knew which side they're coming from, so Baker readied his grenade. He readied it. As soon as it opens, he immediately tosses it. So there was a helicopter there. Baker needed to shoot down everyone there. And Baker did. Baker did exactly that. They needed to set up the zip line because, of course, not only do they need to get all the bags out, but they also needed to get they also needed an escape. Baker had to reload, but since he was carrying an LMG, this was going to be a lot harder to reload because, of course, it's going to take a lot longer. A sniper. However, a sniper is no match for an LMG, are they? I don't think they are, but I don't know where the sniper is, honestly. It is, Baker. It is indeed. Baker decides to grab more bags. They got all the bags. Now all they need to do is escape. There was a sniper, but it was no match for Jupiter because Jupiter basically eats bullets for breakfast. No, she does more than just eat bullets for breakfast. She eats them for breakfast, lunch, as well as dinner. It was time to push back. However, if they take too long, more cops would come. They finally held off everyone on the roof. By the looks of it, they got everything. No more cops are coming. Well, soon more cops are gonna come, but they couldn't just sit there and do nothing. So they escaped. And they did it! Baker did it! He finally got away with his $1 million that he asked for. So Baker basically got the exact Christmas gift he wanted. Sure, yes, he didn't get it the normal way, and he had to steal it. But yeah. So, yeah. In the end, Baker and his gang decided to all gather around the tree to unwrap all the gifts that they quote-unquote bought. And it was enjoyable. And the best part is, Baker got the exact gift he wanted, which was $1 million. And that was all he wanted. Well, that was not all he wanted, but you know what I mean. But that was one of the gifts that he truly wanted. And that, my good friends, is how Travis Baker stole Christmas. The end. Hold on. I'll come back soon. Just give me a minute. Oh, God dang it. Oh, hold on, guys. I'll be with you soon. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. But yeah, everyone. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas special that I made of, Crime Boss, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I really did hope you guys. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it because, well, of course, I was planning this once Christmas came, and once Christmas came, I did exactly that, and made the video and all that stuff. And it was really cool. Not only that, but I also wanted to do something as well. But I also want to do an elbow reveal as well because this is supposed to be inspired by this elbow reveal is also inspired by the Technoblade elbow reveal since he also did it on Christmas. And honestly, I consider Technoblade as the Juice WRLD of Minecraft YouTubers since both of them sadly passed away at a pretty young age. And honestly, I wish they were still around. I really wish they were still around. Rest in peace, Technoblade, as well as rest in peace, Juice WRLD. You two will be missed. You two really will be missed. And honestly, if I had the ability to bring back someone back from the dead, I would definitely pick to bring back Technoblade and Juice WRLD, honestly. So yeah, rest in peace, those two legends. They were absolute legends, and I absolutely loved them. So yeah, since of course I always wear a hoodie most of the times, I guess it's time for me to do the elbow reveal, you guys. Yeah, here it is, my elbow reveal. There you go, you guys. You get the other elbow reveal as well. So yeah, you guys, I really hope you guys did enjoy this Crime Boss video as well as my elbow reveal as well. So it's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Oh, not only that, but I think I also want to show you guys this. But
Yep, that's right. I got a PlayStation. How cool is that, you guys? How cool is that? I've been wanting a PlayStation for like a while and all that stuff, but I finally got it. I finally did. I'm so happy I got this. I'm so happy I got this, which means I can do a lot more videos. Well, you know what I mean by I can do a lot more videos because I have a lot of videos planned soon with my PlayStation and all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty great that I got this. I'm excited to set this up soon. I'm just very excited to set this up soon. But anyways, yeah, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this this story of how Travis Baker stole Christmas and all that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to all of you. Legoshi the Gamer out.